Welcome to your Sharp MFP training. Today I'm going to be going over the Sharp MFP, going over the external pieces of it from the input, throughput, and output, and then we're going to get into the control panel. One of the nice things about Sharp is that when you learn one device, you pretty much know all of them. So let's get started. So let's start first with the document handler. That's the input. When I put paper in, pages that I want to make copies of or scan them, I'm going to put in my document handler face up. There is a line up here on the back side of that. There's a guide that says don't go past that guide. It can hold up to 150 sheets, but we do have a job build feature. So if you're going to scan or copy more than 150 sheets, we can do that as well. But you really just don't want to go past that line there. There are some sensors here on the document handler as well that are going to recognize 11 by 17 and legal size paper. And when it recognizes that, if you have that type of paper in a paper drawer, it's going to pull appropriately as well. So let's get started and let's go ahead and make one copy just to get things moving. I'm going to choose the easy copy button and we're just going to hit color start. And when I do that, the documents run through and you can see over here on the display, and it's actually, we're using remote front panel, so I can show you on our Aquas board what's happening here on the control panel as well. So I got my copies out and done. This MFP is actually configured with a dual head scanner as well. So if I have a two-sided document, which I think I do here, if I run that through and I choose 2 to 2 on my control panel and go ahead and hit start again, it's scanning both sides of the document in a single pass. Because what's happening is there is a scan bar here and a scan bar up here. One of the nice things about that is that single pass. So now more reliable, less opportunity for jamming to happen. Of course, jamming can still occur. Sometimes you may have forgotten to remove those staples or remove that paper clip. And if that does happen, there's a door here at the top that opens, as well as underneath here, we have a lever and then a roller that you can roll the paper through. And these two pieces are green, and we say green means go. So those are the things that you as a user can touch, move around without hurting the device. One of the other things I want to point out is when I am using that document handler and scanning things, sometimes on those copies or the scans, you might get a black line across the output. What you can do is you can clean this slit glass, because when you're using the document handler, that's where the paper is going across. It's not actually using this glass here. And we give you a tool. It's green as well. It fits up here. And there's just a little soft cloth on here. And when I run that across, it'll hopefully get rid of any of those whiteout marks or that paper dust. And then when you make a copy again, the black lines go away. That's your first line of defense when you see something like that happen. And then if you still can't get it to go away, then we recommend placing a service call. You do also have your glass, which to work off of, and you're going to just simply put your document in the upper left-hand corner, and we've got a green arrow there as well. So that's the document handler. So over here on the right-hand side is our bypass tray. I had it closed just so I can work more appropriately. But with that, this is my alternative paper source for heavy stock envelopes. I can run up to 300 GSM through my bypass tray or my paper drawers as well. But there's some guides here to make adjustments so the toner or the paper fits in there tightly as well. Over here on the side is a gray lever. When I open that, pull that open, it opens this whole side of the device. And this is where all the magic happens, where the toner gets fused to the paper. And there's a couple of green rollers and levers down here as well that you can move around in case paper does jam there as well. Because what happens is we have a very short paper path. Paper comes out of paper drawer, up, and then out. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to close that. And if it does decide to jam, the control panel is going to walk you through which doors to open as well. From a paper standpoint, depending on how your device is configured, these paper drawers are all user adjustable, and you can put up to 12 by 18 paper in any of those drawers. And these drawers here hold up to 550 sheets. Again, we've got some green guides here that we can squeeze to fit whatever paper we're going to put in there. And then it's automatically going to recognize that I put 11 by 17 or legal in. The front door opens, and this is where your toner cartridges go. If you have a black and white device, obviously there's only going to be a black toner cartridge. This is a color MFP. But these toner cartridges are locked in until it is time to change your toner cartridge. And the machine's going to alert you that it's out, empty. So again, they're locked in until it's time to replace it with a new one. And we are going to automatically send you a toner cartridge based on toner levels. We hopefully have MICAs installed within your organization, and that gathers meter reads for us and then sees the toner levels in each of your MFPs, and we will ship toner automatically just in time to you. And then here in the front, this large black box is your waste toner cartridge. We do not ship those out automatically, but the control panel is going to alert you when it's almost time to empty it and switch it out. So that's when you want to place an order for that waste toner cartridge. In order to place orders or to place service calls, on the front of your MFP somewhere, there should be an ID tag. You're going to use that ID tag and that ID number to place a service call or to place an order, possibly for Staples, that waste toner cartridge. And you can use phone, email, or a website in order to place those orders. And then over here on the left-hand side, this is where the output happens. This device here is actually configured with an inner finisher or inner stapler to give you a very small footprint. You may have some external finishers as well. And really one of the main differences is the amount of paper output that finisher can hold, or you may have a saddle stitch finisher as well. And I encourage you to reach out to your sales representative if you want some additional training on that. Today we're going to focus on the inner finisher. One of the nice things about the inner finisher is that there's an automatic staple feature. So when I make copies, perhaps I forgot to staple, make that selection in my control panel, or maybe I had to remove a staple first to make my copies, and now I want to staple those. So I can simply take my document, slide it into this slit here, my green light flashes, and it actually puts a staple in my document. And now my paper is all adhered back together again. One of the other nice things about this stapler is that it has something called stapleless staple. So instead of using a physical staple, I can affix up to 5 sheets of paper together by putting a little crimp in it. So let's do that now. So I've got my documents in here. I'm going to come back up to the easy copy button this time, and I'm going to choose staple. And I just go off of my icons on the screen, and I'm going to choose that stapleless staple feature, and we will hit the start button. And since this is a color device, I have my black and white start or my color start options. as I mentioned, I said I was going to do stapleless staple. So there is no physical staple here, but my pages are all affixed together because it does put a little crimp up here at the top. And then, so let's start getting into the control panel here. I'm going to switch screens in just a second, but this control panel is adjustable for height of a person and lighting in the room, just so you can see better on that screen as well. But now, so you can have a better visual, instead of using the control panel, I'm going to turn this off here and go to my laptop, and we're going to see another screen.